How about this? All right. So, in this video, we're going to talk about time distortion and how it actually can get in the way of your CoSat, or coherent satisfaction. So this talk is presented by the Coherent Church of Comprehensive Christianity, or C4, and it's an Apex Human Awakening church dedicated to civilization, understanding that the Christ allegory, the Bible, all that stuff is designed by ancient civilized humans so that modern people, or the people that came after them, would be able to become civilized again. And so the entire purpose of the Bible, the entire purpose of the allegorical Christ and all the myths and stories and fairy tales in it, and everything that was the basis of verifiable ancient evidence-based Christianity that goes back tens of thousands of years, is to reactivate civilization for humans. And so we understand the Bible to be a pagan compilation, and it was distorted and appropriated by mainstream Christians, the Romans, and everything you understand now in that wonderful, powerful, ancient, multicultural, pagan book or compilation is designed to help you create CoSat, or coherent satisfaction. So today we are talking about time distortion, and how time distortion actually gets in the way of success. So earlier today I was driving and I was thinking to myself, well, I am experiencing more coherent satisfaction now than I've ever experienced in my life. More than ever in my entire life. I was at the store this morning at a market, and there was this adorable little monster, and you'll understand that all children are monsters, so I refer to them as monsters. But this adorable little monster was in the store with her mother, and her mother said, "The witch is coming, the witch is coming," and the little monster said, "Hooray!" which to me was heartbreakingly adorable. Like, I just melted on the inside, because I was like, wait a second, this child just said hooray, hooray, hooray. I've never said that. I'm 42 years old, and I have never said the word hooray or hip hip hooray. And I thought about that, like, why was that? It's like, for many years I was in a pretty stressed state, and I really didn't have a reason to say it. And so, being at a point in my life right now, I'm noticing that there is a reason to say hooray. When you have coherent satisfaction, you can say hooray every day. So anyway, we're going to talk about time distortion, and I got myself a little nifty little whiteboard here so I can draw on it. It makes it more engaging. Some of the things I say are so abstract. They're not abstract, they're very profoundly grounded, but we live in a culture that decivilizes people. And so some of the civilized concepts presented by the Coherent Church, or the C4, are very difficult to grasp, and they seem abstract. But anyway, so talking about time distortion. Time distortion comes from, every culture has it. If you're an atheist, you believe that climate change is going to end the world tomorrow. All right, it's total malarkey. There's no evidence of that. If you're a Seventh-day Adventist Christian, you believe Jesus is going to come back and save you. He hadn't come in 2,000 fucking years, and now he's going to come and save you. It's never happened. It's not going to happen. Okay? Let's say, whatever your belief system is, whether you're on the far left or the far right, there's this time distortion within society. And this is something that civilized people did not have. They did not have a time distortion. They understood that life was eternal and that the human experience of it was minuscule. You come in, you live for a minute, and you're dead, you move on and to another form or whatever, you go away forever. Who knows? Who cares? The whole point is, time is eternal. And what you do with the amount of time you have will influence how you feel about the amount of time you have, or the lack of time there, that you have. And so one of the things that I grew up with, and I think everybody who speaks English or comes from a romance-based culture, whether it's Spain, Germany, Portugal, anywhere in the world, that has been influenced by Rome, the European forms of Christianity, has this time distortion, and they believe that we're in the last days, or the earth is going to end, or we're running out of time. You're not running out of time. You're not. Time is made up. right? It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as time. All it is there's a little device that measures moments arbitrarily. And so when you understand that, you start to realize, oh, wait, the possibilities are endless. I don't have to rush to the end goal. I don't have to rush to the deadline. I don't have to burn myself out and burn myself to death to reach some sort of goal because I'm running out of time. It's a great way to get people enslaved to something that doesn't make sense and to outsource their intelligence, outsource their ability to think to some sort of system because they're running out of time. Jesus is coming. Where are you going to go after you die? You're running out of time. Oh no, we need to do something now because climate change. No. And look, you're welcome to believe that. You're just going to constantly live in a cortisol-fueled state of anxiety. What's going to happen? You're going to age like milk. And so our job as apex humans, as coherent, satisfied apex humans, as the chosen, what do you want to fucking call yourself, is to understand that time is not our master, it is our slave. Right? And so you can manipulate time, you can trick time, you can use time to your advantage. One of the ways, I work out a lot, okay? I love it. It feels amazing. I go to the gym and I stay there as long as I need to, and then I leave. I don't look at the clock. I don't wait. I don't go, oh, no, okay? And so people say, well, what if you have a job and you blah, blah, blah. No, not important to me. Why? Because I have set my life up such that time is my bitch, as opposed to the other way around. Now, if I'm doing anything that's causing me to amplify a time distortion in my existence, and I'm starting to feel, oh no, I'm running out of time, then I step back. I say, this is not an apex way to live. This is how herd animals live. Sheep, goats, no, not goats. Sheep live like this. Deer live like that. Elk, maybe, weak animals that get eaten by predators live on a time distortion. They live according to the clock. They're always running. They're always looking up and above them. Squirrels, I love squirrels. Mice, any prey animal, rabbits, bunnies, they're always, Tigers don't live like that. Apex humans don't live like that. And think about the billionaires, and I'm using billionaires because it's the easy target. But think about people who actually have mastery of time. They don't show up to places, gotta get there on time. No, they don't do that. They either are on time or early because they want to be, or they show up whenever the fuck they want because who's going to fucking get in their way? They have fuck you money or they have a fuck you lifestyle. All right? And so, I'm one of those people, I've set my life up where it's like, I will set up an appointment, and if I don't want to do it 1 minute before I'm ready to do it, I just won't go. And it does not affect me. Now, I also am one of those people that show up to work late every single day for months on end and still have a job and still get very high marks and still get raises. Why? Because I did my job so well and I was so valuable to that company or that organization, they weren't going to fucking write me up and cause me to get fired because I showed up late every single day. I learned to master time. And it's not like I'm your example, because I'm not your fucking example. You need to have your own example for yourself inside of you. But I'm just saying that time distortion takes away life, it takes away energy, it takes away power. So as an apex human, I want to inspire you and encourage you to understand that you are not out of time. You're not running out of time. The clock is not your master. You're not, there's a lot of mindset stuff and manifestation bullshit that says, well, be specific. Tell the universe you want $8 million in 5 months and it'll happen. Fucking bullshit. I have learned in my life, if I say to life, and this is my experience, by the way, nothing I say here is truth. It's just my own experience. It's not transcendent truth. Fuck all. I don't preach truth. I don't have truth. Don't ever believe anything I'm saying. So if it resonates, it resonates. Test it. Don't fucking believe me. But so I have found that if I go to and say to myself, oh, I'm going to give myself 6 months to make $2 million. What if I just didn't say a fucking thing and say, okay, $2 million is something I'd like to feel. What would that feel like? Let me match up with it. What would life be like? Okay, what would be the mindset? And okay, just live every single day knowing that if 2 million comes in 6 months or 6 years, I don't give a fuck. If I know it's a guaranteed reality within my experience, it's going to unfold. I've had times in my life where I was like, okay, I need to do this in 3 months or whatever. And then it was so soul crushing that I gave up and I did it in 2 weeks. So that's the problem with time distortion. When they tell you you're running out of time, Jesus is coming, climate change, disclosure, you're getting old, your eggs are drying up. It's all bullshit. You are the master of time. And the only way that time can bitch you or enslave you or treat you like a little piece of trash is that you say to time, like they do with God and they do with the church and they do with science and all this, you are bigger than me. I outsource my power to you. Fuck me up. You know, fuck me up. I was going to get... Anyway, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? So time is something that you can use to your advantage. And I encourage you to do that. Gammy. So I hope that was helpful. And eventually I'm going to use this board. Stay Apex. Oh, and hello. Oh, that's a cute little name. Sassy Saru Charisa. Sassisar Chaisa. Sassisaru Chaisa? Something like that. Thanks for joining. Stay Apex. Don't let time bitch you around. Turn time into your bitch.